Are not feeling very confident about their retirement these days. The majority of Americans do not think they are saving enough money, and they worry their savings will not last for the rest of their lives. According to a new survey by BlackRock, only 31% of workers enrolled in an employer-sponsored retirement plan are extremely confident or very confident that they will outlive their money. Certified financial planner and our good friend Joe Bert is joining us live here in the studio to talk more about this. Great to see you.
Good morning, Amy.
You know, these are the kind of stories that I think make all of us nervous. We have good genes in our family. My grandmother lived to be 98.
Yes.
And I think, well, I have enough money to live to be that old.
Well, when you stop to think about it, most people retire in their 60s. You got 30 years of life expectancy in front of you, and most people don't plan for it. I think this is the crisis that's facing our country because people have lost pension plans. They're no longer there. People have Social Security. That's about it. And if you don't save and invest for your future, all you're going to have is Social Security.
So how do you go about planning, really not knowing how long you're going to live? Because it's a crapshoot.
Well, the first thing you have to remember is inflation is going to eat your lunch.
Okay.
Because the cost of living for you will double over your retirement years. And if you're not investing properly, most people, what they do is they think, okay, I retired, I'm going to put my money in the bank, it's going to be safe. Okay, there's a difference between being guaranteed, which is when you put your money in the bank, and being safe. Unless you have a huge amount of money, you're going to be drawing from that principal because your money isn't going to be earning enough.
Right.
So there's a difference between the money's going to be guaranteed, but you can be far from safe.
In order to make money on your savings, you have to do stocks? Is that what you would recommend?
Well, most people don't belong in individual stocks. We're big believers in using mutual funds to get those stocks because you get professional management and diversification. But you need to have some growth in your money for those, the remaining years, 10, 20, 30 years. Don't put it all in. A balanced portfolio, we suggest maybe 60% in the stock mutual funds and 40% in bonds, or maybe 50-50, and then taper off as you get in your late 70s and 80s. But you have to have growth for those out years.
So basically, the younger you are, the little riskier you can be.
Oh, exactly. Particularly at your age. In your 401k, you need to be as aggressive as possible because you got a lot of time. Time is a great healer. Time will leach the volatility out of every portfolio. Okay. But time, got to use time to your advantage.
Let's talk about Social Security.
Sure.
Because you can withdraw it early if you want to,
And that's what most people do, unfortunately. They get to age 62, I'm going to grab my money. And if you work between 62 and your full retirement age, which most people today is 66, you're going to give back $1 for every $2 that you earn over about $15,700. So if you're still working, you don't want to grab your Social Security. And if you grab it early at 62, you're going to take a 25% haircut for the rest of your life on what you can get. Ideally, if you can afford it, defer Social Security all the way to age 70 because you get a guaranteed 8% increase on the amount, and that's guaranteed for your lifetime. And when you pass away, it's guaranteed for your spouse's lifetime. So it's what we call longevity insurance.
Do you think some people grab it early because of that fear that we've been hearing for years, like, oh, Social Security is eventually going to run out and then you won't have any?
I can tell you, the baby boomers have nothing to worry about. It'll be there for the baby boomers. It's the younger generation that's probably going to have to wait a little bit longer and maybe get a little bit less. But Social Security will always be there because that is the third rail, as we know.
It's true. All right, great stuff. Joe, how can our viewers find you?
Just Google me, 2 words, Joe Bert, B-E-R-T. Be careful, use 2 words, otherwise you get that Puerto Rican bop.
Thank you for warning us.
Thanks, Amy.